Opened in 1960 by Bruton Smith and NASCAR driving legend Curtis Turner, with the running of the longest stock car race in history, the World 600, the Charlotte Motor Speedway closed before it would ultimately become the home track of so many NASCAR teams. Just a year after the first race, the 1.5-mile oval track was in bankruptcy, done in by a huge infield rock formation that ballooned construction costs far beyond what its two founders had forecast. Almost 60 years later, nearly everything is different. More than 94,000 seats ring the racetrack, which was the first superspeedway to install lights for night racing, the first racetrack to incorporate a condominium apartment complex overlooking the racetrack, the first to build an office complex with the same view, the first racetrack to sell naming rights, the first to open a year-round club where members can spectate during races and socialize with fellow club members at other times. Everything is different from 1960, except for one thing. Charlotte Motor Speedway is still owned by the Smith family. These days, Charlotte is the queen of the SMI empire, with the legendary Humpy Wheeler managing the day-to-day operation and promoting the races with flair and imagination. The track became one of the most successful in the world. Tonight, it's the Lonestar Racing Cup Series season opener. It's coming up next on HBR TV. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV, here for race number 1 of the Lonestar Racing Cup Series, season number 2. About to get underway. Practice just a couple of minutes shy of its completion. Let's go down trackside and see where everybody's stacking up. Right now, Drew Blaze, to no one's surprise, fastest on the track, a 30.54. The 8 of Chris Muth Jr., he is a 30.58, as well as the 2 of Juan Jimenez. Those two drivers pretty much running the same lap time. Clearly Muth a tick faster, probably into the thousandths category. I only get the hundredths. Take a look at the race info for tonight. 125 laps, the race distance. It is the Lonestar Racing Cup Series, season number 2, presented by the Garza Law Firm. Garza jumping on board to sponsor the entire season. Drivers will have 3 sets of tires at their discretion over the wall tonight. 4 total if you count where they start with. 70% fuel load to help encourage some fuel strategy. We'll see if we get long enough green flag runs here tonight. Again, these next-gen Cup cars, certainly a handful to deal with. Green-white checkers are turned on for tonight. We will take up to 2 if necessary, and drivers do have 1, count them, 1 fast repair. Use it wisely. And any newcomers in the stream chat, guys, feel free to chime in if you haven't already. We've got, let's see, Chris Harvey, Bill Stoker, Haley from Sweden once again. Man, every one of these is going to be an international broadcast with Haley watching. Just like that, though, we're ready to get into qualifying here. See who takes to the track first. Old Kevin Blue. Excited to see the new paint scheme on his ride. Always has a sharp one out there. Kevin out of Belton, South Carolina. Kevin across the stripe. Let's see where he checks in his first lap. 30.842. Provisional pole so far. Of course, the only driver to lock in a time so far. And it's Mike Fahey, the number 19 Garza Law Firm entry. Going to see that Garza Law Firm logo all over the place in this series. Again, the primary sponsor of the league. First lap for Fahey, 31.17. We'll see if he can pick it up here on lap 2. Picked it up, 30.927 for Kevin Fahey. Kevin Blue, Mike Fahey. You guys just got married, apparently. Mike Fahey sits 11th presently. Sean Roberts, the number 66. First time by, 30.954. Good first lap. See if he picks up any more on lap 2. Current pole time, Juan Jimenez, 30.58. Exactly what he ran in practice. Second lap for Roberts. It is faster, but not fast enough. 7th fast, 30.758. Puts him 7th quick. Derek Welch, first time by, 31.032. Admittedly, not a fan of these cars, but he's going to come out and turn some laps with the Lonestar Racing crew. Certainly help get some practice laps in, so to speak, for when he runs this over on his side of things. 30.874, 12th quick. Of course, Derek, the owner of Numb Thumbs Gaming. Justin Johnson on track, the 10X. Another Garza Law Firm entry. Good-looking cars out here. I believe I did read correctly somewhere that I think Mike Fahey with Fahey Race Wraps painted all these cars. Chris Fahey. I wasn't even invited to the wedding. They were in Vegas and things got weird. It happens. Lap 2 for Justin Johnson. No pickup, a little slowdown. 30.813. Best lap is a 30.777. He's 11th quick thus far. Still not too shabby with just about everybody completing their lap times already. BJ Cox on his second lap. First time by, 38.70. 30.764. PJ picks it up, puts himself in the top 10. Shaping up for a 28-car field tonight. Tim, I'm going to go with Doomermuth. I could be completely butchering that. Has not taken a time in qualifying. Clay Atwood looks like he attempted a lap, only got one in. Didn't get it complete, so it looks like he's going to start with a provisional at the tail of the field. So qualifying is complete. Results are in and official. Let's take a look at our starting grid for race number 1, the Lonestar Racing Cup Series season number 2. On the pole position, the number 8, Chris Muth Jr. To his outside with NTR and Depp Racing, it's Juan Jimenez in the 2. Row number 2, Jason Blaney, the number 25. He'll start 3rd. Drew Blaze, the 1 with Lonestar Racing and Garza Law Firm on board. He'll start 4th. Terry Crouch with TLDR Simsport, the number 59, rolls from the 5th spot with Will Hewitt, Outcast Racing, starting 6th. Chris Goins with Right Turn Racing. He'll start from the 7th position. 8th goes to Kevin Blue. Sean Roberts, the Shenandoah Shine, number 66, starts 9th. PJ Cox, we just watched his lap, locked himself into a 10th place starting position. Robert King in the 6th. King Motorsports entry will start 11th. Justin Johnson, the number 10, Lone Star Racing admin, and well, I guess you can call him the team principal of Lone Star Racing. He's going to start in the 12th spot. Nick Kolakowski, Did my best there. The number 22 Team Tracks will start 13th. Dan Storm in the 80 machine. He'll start from the 14th position. 15th goes to Chris Klein. 16th, Derek Welch in the 01. 17th goes to Michael Doan, the 007 with Front Row Mafia. 18th position, Dave Coburn. 19th, Scotty Newsom. 20th is Mike Fahey with Lonestar Racing. Tommy Kohik, the number 00, starts 21st. Corey Deal starting 22nd. Jarrett Woodard, the number 79 out of Canada. He'll start in the 23rd position. 24th goes to Kevin Grettenberger, the 57. Ken Couch out of the state of Texas. He'll roll 25th. Mark Mitchell in the 07 with Hot Lap Heroes. He'll start 26th. Tim Dumermuth, yeah, I'm going to butcher that all night long. Clay Atwood, 27th and 28th, rounding out the field. Your starting lineup for Lonestar Racing's Cup Series, race number 1 here from Charlotte. One lap to green here in just a moment. Field rolling out of the pit lane as we speak. And the 9's already in the fence. Corey Deal getting the right front in the wall before they even get 100 yards off the grid. Talk about bad omens. Pace car holding the field down off of turn number 4. Is going to peel off just a moment. He does. The official iRacing pace car is down pit lane. We wait for Barney the flagman to wave the green.
Green flag.
Very late waving that one. We're underway here from Charlotte. Somebody loose off of turn number 2, gathers it back up. Everybody out of shape off turn number 4. No caution yet. We might have one here in a minute, though. Sliding up the racetrack into the dog leg. Yes, we got a wreck at the start-finish line. Still no caution. Still no caution. There it is. Yellow flag comes out. Big time delay. Barney was sleeping on that one. Few drivers involved, maybe Drew Blaze, Will Hewitt, Kevin Blue, Terry Crouch. We're going to unpack this one here. First lap, first caution. Let's see if we can get a look here. See Drew Blaze there on the bottom. He's kind of wiggling the car around, got real loose, comes across the nose. I think that was Chris Gones in front of. Drew slides back up the racetrack. He almost looks like he's blinded here, and I'm not picking on him when I say that. I don't know if he's running in VR or if he had a monitor problem, but it really looked like he couldn't see where he was going. See the action in behind. These guys all start wrecking. Watch Terry Crouch. So that was Kevin Blue and Terry Crouch getting in the wall there at the start-finish line. Somebody driving in late and getting Terry Crouch again, and again, and again. You tell these guys are anxious. Got to get checked up here. This caution started off at turn 4, and down into 1, we're still wrecking. No shortage of action, and we're in the middle of 1 and 2, and guys are still hitting each other. Let's see what happened here with Will Hewitt. This might have been our car that was out of shape. Oh, looks like Justin Johnson gets the left rear of Will Hewitt. Will might get away with this one. Dirt tracking it through the infield grass, gets back out a pit exit. Tell you, he's probably happy that that happened because he probably would have been in this mess going into turn 1. It worked out best. Making that contact with the 10, getting into him. Got lucky there. Drew Snyder, speaking of Will Hewitt, putting $100 on first place. So Chris Muth from the pole continues to lead. Again, we really didn't get more than just a hair over a lap in before the yellow came out. Pace car lights go off, so next time by we'll be back to the green flag. So as we come to the restart, it's going to be Chris Muth, Juan Jimenez, Jason Blaney, Chris Goins, Drew Blaze, the top 5. Then Robert King, Justin Johnson, Sean Roberts, Nick Kolokowski, still working on that one too, Sean Roberts, and Dan Storm to the top 10. Let's give this another try here. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. Going to be lap 6. Barney's waving it. We're back underway from Charlotte. Clean restart so far. Another driver way out of shape off turn number 2. That might have been Justin Johnson. Very similar to what we saw in the last lap with another driver. At the stripe, Muth is going to lead lap 7. I'm going to say lap 2, but really only our second lap under the green flag. Battle for the second spot, Jason Blaney and Juan Jimenez. Blaney in the 25, the Ford Mustang. Juan Jimenez in that yellow number 2. White and yellow number 2. Drew Blaze back in the 4th position, still about where he started. Chris Goins just in behind. And then about a car length back, it's the 10 of Justin Johnson. Kevin Blue, Kevin Grettenberger there in position. Kevin Blue scrapes the right side, and if he didn't, it was just barely. Awful close on corner exit. Had to chase it up the racetrack. It's going to open the door a bit for the 33 of Will Hewitt. Hewitt looking in behind Grettenberger. Grettenberger slides up the racetrack. It's like Michael Jones, possibly in the 007. He's trying to take advantage as they had to check up. almost contact. Will Hewitt had to adjust coming off of 4 as well. Tried to avoid the 57, stayed out of the wall in the meantime, but he's way up the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Trying to build a run. Looks like he's got one coming. Side by side out of turn number 2. Will Hewitt, the number 33, down on the bottom to his outside. Looks like the 00 of Tommy Kohick. Kohick sporting an alternate Monster Energy paint scheme. I guess that's the cool thing about running a Monster Energy scheme is you can just change the colors by changing the flavor. All kinds of options. Meanwhile, we watch the battle with Kevin Blue and Will Hewitt. Hewitt to the outside. Kevin Blue, the black and orange machine, down low. Hewitt clears the 54, goes to the bottom. Chris Klein next in the crosshairs for Will Hewitt. Looking back from Chris Klein's machine. And Will Hewitt closing in. Looking to the left side. Might have him set up for a pass here. The 33 goes down to the bottom. Takes the position away. Will Hewitt looking strong here early. Bit of a hiccup there first lap, getting through the infield grass, but with no damage, he continues to march his way towards the front. Klein slides back a spot as Kevin Blue takes that one away as well. Meanwhile, out front, we have a change for the lead here. Blaney has gone by Muth and taken over the top spot. Muth also now trying to hold off Jimenez. Muth gets in the wall. Scrapes the right side of the safer barrier. Is going to give up a couple of spots. Went from hero to about 4th, maybe 3rd, depending if Drew Blaze can pick up the spot. Blaze in the Garza Law Firm number 1 Ford Mustang. Takes over P3. Juan Jimenez, little connection issue. We've seen him blink in and out a couple of times. Hopefully that does not get worse throughout the course of the event. Let's go back and watch the pass for the lead here. Jason Blaney. Well, that wasn't it. Or was it? No luck. Couldn't find it. A lot of passing going on throughout the whole field. My pass indicator is just clicking off like crazy. Hard to find them. Meanwhile, Blaney continues to lead. Jimenez starts to close in. Car length off the back bumper of the 24. Now, mind you, the 24, that's Jason Blaney. He is the 25 in the standings. Little number miscommunication. I think they'll get that straightened out next week. But so there's no confusion. 25 in the tower, 24 on the door. Plenty of battles through the mid-pack. PJ Cox, the 05 machine, the Liquid Death sponsored entry, looking to the high side for position, but he's also got the 9 of Corey Deal closing in. He's going to get a bit of a pick here. Really have room to get by. Oh, we might go 3 wide, maybe not. Thought better of it. He's going to pick up 2 here, it looks like, down into turn number 1. The 9 on the move. Up 6 spots so far from where he qualified. Check back out front. Keep seeing that some changes up here in the timing tower. That's only because Juan Jimenez has continued to blink in and out with some connection issues. Keeps making me think there's a change for the lead, but it's just him coming in and out of the server. Let's see. Bill Stoker says, it's Jason's my replacement driver as I'm out for the season. Sorry to hear that, sir. So far, it seems like you picked a good replacement, though. Kevin Blue back up to the position 12. Remember, he lost some spots early involved in that first lap incident. Likely burned a fast repair as he did go hard into the safer barrier in the dogleg. We got a car in the wall behind him. Not sure who that is. Is it Michael Doan? PJ Cox? Maybe it was PJ Cox. Somebody was riding the wall. Yeah, it was PJ Cox. Right side scraped up, I believe. No significant contact or damage to the 05 machine. He continues on, still charging, trying to get past the 6. Good run down the back straightaway to the outside of the 6 of Robert King. King slides up the racetrack. He's going to open the door here for, looks like, Michael Doan, 007 machine down low. Still side by side for position. The 6 of Robert King up top, and King's in a wall. Just grazed it, but definitely got into it. It's going to slow his momentum slightly, but he continues to fight. Oh, gets the fence again. Almost comes down into the 007. Now back up the wall again. Trying to pull his best Ross Chastain impression. Watermelon wall ride, not real effective here at Charlotte. Back in the fence again. I can't imagine he's doing it on purpose. I don't think you'd really want to do that, especially this early on. You're just going to keep damaging the right side of that car. And it really hasn't proven to be much faster, if at all. King now drops back to the 21st spot. Yes, he continues to slide back into the pack. Chris Klein in the number 51, the other NTG entry. He's made his way past Grettenberger and Doan. Now Doan and Grettenberger battling for position. Blaney's still out in the lead, about 2/10 over the 2 of Jimenez. Drew Blaze in 3rd, Goins 4th, Justin Johnson up to 5th. Doan real loose out of turn 4. Keeps it going forward. Will Hewitt now back to 19th. I don't know what happened with Will. He was starting to make his way up towards the front again. Real loose off of turn 2. Might have scraped the wall. Will Hewitt Right side in the fence, just a little bit. Back up the track again, catches a piece of the wall. Crosses over. He's got a run out of 4. What a finish that would have been. 29 laps in. Blaney still your leader. We're watching the battle here for the 17th position. Actually, this is a battle for 18th. Will Hewitt has it. Couple drivers in pit lane, really just one, I believe. Looks like Scotty Newsom. Down pit lane, lap 25. Only car 1 lap down. Don't know if he had an issue on track or what the reason for the pit stop was. Maybe just a big gamble. Presently, he is 1 lap down. On board with Juan Jimenez, currently running in the 2nd spot. Juan coming over from Numb Thumbs Gaming. Himself, Derek Welch, Chris Klein, making up the NTR DEP graphics team. Talking to some of the drivers pre-race, Juan is very quick in these next-gen cars. He's certainly showing it. Good run on a turn 2. Blaney sees it coming, takes a defensive line. He's going to force Jimenez up the top of the racetrack here. Oh, Jimenez in the fence off of 4. Again, subtle, gentle impact. Just kisses the right side, but still some visible damage on that machine. It's going to affect him certainly in a straight line. Hopefully the steering is still straight. It's allowed Drew Blaze to close in here, and he's in that 3rd position. Again, with a 70% fuel load, I didn't get a chance to ask what kind of pit window we were looking at as far as that fuel load goes. Of course, we did have that early caution that's going to kind of throw a monkey wrench into that equation. But with a 70% fuel load, I would imagine we're probably getting close. Big wiggle for Blaze out of 2. See a lot of these guys fighting the car as far as the handling is concerned. These next-gen Cup cars are a handful to wheel around any racetrack. Difference between this car and the old one, well, there's plenty, but one that we'll talk about now is mainly the tires themselves. Much shorter sidewall height, which means you can't really lean on the flex of the tire, which many drivers used to do. You could drive these cars hung out sideways a little bit further in the old Gen 6 Cup car. You get flex in the sidewall and it would still hang on. These cars, they pretty much, you can lean on that right rear a little bit, but it's so easy to go over the edge, and once you do, there's usually no bringing them back. They snap much like an Indy car would. Scotty Newsom goes to the bottom. Again, he did make a pit stop, and I would assume he's got some fresher tires on there, though he is 3 laps down. Some drivers opting to pit now, Mitchell in the 07 being one of them. Mark Mitchell down the pit road. In fact, I don't even know where he is. He might be gone. Robert King did pit. Looks like a standard regular stop for the 6. Battle for the lead. Juan Jimenez looking to the bottom. He's got some pace on the 24. Blaney trying to hold him off. Here comes the lap car of Newsom. Again, fresher tires. He's going to be a lot faster than these two. Got to be patient. I know he wants to get one of those laps back, but he's down 3. No sense in fighting too much with the leaders here as they battle for the top spot. Blaney up top side. Jimenez down to the bottom. Newsom letting them fight it out. Wise move. Knowing that these top two drivers will likely hit pit lane pretty soon. Jimenez slides up the racetrack, gets into the 24, or does he? Newsom's just going to say, all right, see ya, fellas. I've been messing around long enough. I'm out of here. Got to get one of my laps back. Oh, contact with the leaders. They both save it. Unbelievable through the dogleg. That was close. Drew Blaze, I don't know what happened with the one. Did he just slide up the racetrack? Or was that... That was an oh crap moment, I think, for Drew Blaze. I'm not sure, but Jimenez slips back to the third spot. Blaney hangs on to the top position. Again, pit stops likely to be coming sooner than later. Blaney's so strong through the mid portion of the corner, stretches it out over Drew Blaze. Battle for the second spot. Blaze on the bottom. Juan Jimenez takes the high lane, tries to go around the outside. Completes the pass. Jimenez back to P2. Drew Blaze hanging there in the third spot. Kevin Blue down pit lane for his first stop of the day, at least scheduled stop. Did see him down pit lane after that lap one crash. But regular service for the 54. Has to back up, slides it through the pit box. That's one thing that is a big challenge with these next-gen Cup cars is they're real finicky on the brakes. Locks it up, slides through the box. You almost got to stand on the brake pedal to get them to slow down, but old tires, 4 tires in Sunoco Racing Fuel for Kevin Blue. He's down and away. Back out front, Blaney continues to lead. He's been the dominant car all afternoon. Juan Jimenez, he wants to say, though, he's looking to the inside, wants to lead. Remember, points are paid for laps led. Got to get out there and get it led. Drivers get 2 points for leading a lap. They get 2 more points for the most laps led. And they also get awarded a point for the fastest lap of the race, which is kind of a road course racing thing, but I like that they've added it here in the oval. Kind of incentivizes guys to go hard and go out there and get all they can. Bunch of win penalties they got to throw into the mix. We'll look into that next week. Trying to vary how many guys win races. It's not so much that we're trying to make guys that wouldn't normally win races, but we're trying to keep things kind of even because you've got some drivers out here that are significantly faster than some others. You don't want to see the same 3 guys win every week. Something a lot of the leagues that we broadcast for have integrated into their rule system. It's very cool to see. Jimenez still with the lead down the back straightaway. Blaney still fighting hard for that position. Great battle out front. I think Drew Blaze, though, I think he's decided, you know what, you boys, you go have fun. I'm going to hit pit lane, or is he? Yep, he is. Garza Law Firm Ford Mustang off turn 4, down into the pit road. Woes it on down. Pit road speed limit 50 miles an hour. Nice and smooth into the pit box. And to no one's surprise, 4 tires and fuel, he's down and away. 14.83 second stop. Meanwhile, back out front, Juan Jimenez still with the lead. Jason Blaney not far behind, a car length, maybe even less. Both drivers going to peel off the track here. Almost contact between the two. Jimenez a little hot on entry. Let's see if everybody gets it woed down. Both these drivers getting every last bit they can coming to pit lane. You got to do that. There's certainly time to be made there. It's going to give Corey Deal the lead through this cycle of pit stops. Got to imagine everyone's taking 4 tires here. Way too early to be gambling with 2. Plus, it really does change how these next-gen Cup cars handle. If you're not ready for it, if you're not accustomed to that, it can certainly be a handful. Blaney's down and away. Definitely a better stop for the 24. Jimenez, 16.85 second stop. Blaney's wasn't great either, honestly. It was faster, a 15.3. Mike Fahey in his box. Another fabulously painted Garza Law Firm entry. Again, as I said, Mike Fahey does a lot of these paint schemes for all these drivers. Fahey Race Wraps does a fantastic job with it. They all look great. Good stop for Mike, though, 14.9 seconds. With that, we're going to step aside here, get an HBR TV side-by-side break. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
The great thing about youth sports, they give young people an opportunity to participate in something that is going to broaden them as people.
I think it's very amazing that Garza Law Firm has made a commitment to help the youth kids with playing different sports.
Guys like Marcos Garza that put their time into being able to help these kids live out a dream. It's made me who I am today.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway Lonestar Racing Cup Series Season 2. Drew Blaze, your new leader after the cycle of green flag stops. Got 7/10 of a second on the 25 of Jason Blaney, and then another 3.5 back to the 2 of Juan Jimenez as we continue this race under the green flag. And pretty solid so far. We had one hiccup at the start. Caution came out pretty much right away. Been clean and green ever since. Will Hewitt up into the 8th spot. Qualified in the 6th position this afternoon, but was, well, mildly involved in that first lap incident off the nose of Justin Johnson, sent him down through the infield grass. And again, I mean, if his luck would have it, I think that incident is essentially what saved Will from getting into that wreck as it continued all the way through the middle of 1 and 2. Interestingly enough, Justin Johnson, the next car in line for Will Hewitt to get to. He's got to worry about trailing driver right now. I think that is a lap vehicle, actually. No, it is not. It's the 22, Nick Kolakowski.
There will be a caution.
Caution is out. We were just talking about how clean this has been. Dan Storm involved in one here. Looks like off of turn 4 in a bad spot. It's a nasty fatality there years ago. Instantly reminded of it when I see that car parked against the wall like that. Comes down pit lane. Gets the pit wall. Not good. Well, let's take a look, see what happened here with Dan Storm. Rolling into 3 and 4 here with a pretty good head of steam, closing in on the 6. Goes to the bottom. The 6 just comes down. Oh, Storm is going to catch the barriers there at the end of pit lane. Big time impact. Surprised that didn't end his day right there. He's going to be lucky to get back to pit lane and use that fast repair. Dan Storm was able to get the machine fixed and back out there, I believe. Car looks good. Seeing some issue here. Scotty Newsom has crashed. Take a look at this. He's just slow on the backstretch. Not sure what the issue here is with 23 entry. Car looks clean. It might just be waiting for someone to go on by. iRacing will indicate as the automated race control, let so-and-so by. That may be what he's trying to get accomplished there. But with that, we're going to step aside, get a full break out of the way. We'll be back with the green flag after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Pace car lights are out as we work the back straightaway here. Getting ready to take the green flag once again to get back underway. Jason Blaney still your leader. You can hear him saving fuel. I believe Drew Blaze may have opted to pit during this caution. Indeed, he did. Looks like he did take tires as well, so that's going to put him a little bit better pace. Gets him off sequence with the leaders. Pace car is off. Field getting into the Geico restart zone. Green flag waves. Man, Blaney jumps out really quickly on that restart. Gets to a big advantage. Will Hewitt doesn't really fire either. Juan Jimenez is going to go around the outside. He's going to take that second spot. Hewitt now back to P3. Corey Deal right in behind the 33. That is that Laker yellow and purple number 9. Big gaggle of cars on to turn 4. Blaney out to a half-second advantage after just one lap. Drew Blaze runs in that 7th position after making the pit stop under this caution. Big group of cars back here. Looks like Kevin Blue just barely gets a piece of the wall on corner exit again. Justin Johnson and Mike Fahey together into turn 3. Fahey up top, Johnson down to the bottom, or at least he was. Slid up, almost makes contact with the 19. Oh, trouble! They're wrecking down the backstretch. Still no caution.
Caution.
There it is,
caution.
Sean Roberts.
How about water pressure?
Looks like he's getting the
temperature in
worst end of this. Third caution of the night. We've kind of expected this. Cautions breed cautions. We had one right at the start, which we got that out of the way, and then a nice long green flag run to about lap 60, I believe it was, and then here we are very quickly under the yellow once again, this time for Sean Roberts and others. It seemed that two cars trying to occupy the same piece of real estate down the back straightaway. Let's get a look at it. So Sean Roberts on the bottom. You've got the 8 in the middle. Looks like the 05. Back it up a little further here. Sean keeps coming up, expecting to have the room, but I don't think the 8 was quite clear yet of the 05, or at least didn't think that he was clear. Let's back it up here. I want to look on board the roof cam of the 05 car. That's PJ Cox. He's going to probably have the best angle of this. Again, off of turn number 2. Got Chris Muth Jr. in the 8. This should help as well. Let's see it from this perspective. Roof cam on the 8 car. So he's given the outside room to continue on by. He's just barely clear here. Roberts comes up, thinks he's more clear than he is. Definitely not. Gets into the 8, and there you have it. So still some of our leaders opting to stay on the racetrack through this caution. Drew Blaze, remember he pit lap 60. So he's got the freshest tires of those near the front currently. Top 3 drivers pit lap 47, 49, and 47. Drew Blaze was 60. Will Hewitt, though, he hasn't hit pit lane since lap 40. Trying to pull some pit strategy to get a little bit better track position. This caution is certainly helping his cause. Interestingly, though, Jason Blaney did opt to hit pit lane from the lead during this caution. He's going to be mired back in about the 15th spot. It'd be fun to watch him work his way through the field. Likely to get the one to go this time by, be lap 71, so we should take the green again here, lap 72. Welch is up in that third position, and he started 16th. I believe he is there through some pit strategy of others. Again, where everybody's on a different strategy right now. You got a bunch of guys that pit at lap 47, a bunch that pit around lap 60. You've got a handful that pit this time, so you've got 3 different strategies, really 4 if you count Will Hewitt. He pit lap 40. I don't think anybody's been pitting that far back. Tommy Kohick was 41, but he's not a lead lap car. Field formed up side by side, getting ready to go back under the green flag, finishing up our 3rd caution of the afternoon. Been a pretty clean race so far. A lot of close calls. So you got all those Garza Law Firm cars on that high side. All behind the 9.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. Juan Jimenez is in the gas. Good restart for the 2. Drew Blaze taking a look to the outside already. Switching up lanes, going around Derek Welch, trying to take that spot away. He'll do it with ease on to turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, tucks in the draft to Corey Deal. Big run through 3 and 4 does Drew Blaze. Again, fresher tires underneath that 1 Mustang. You see how quick he can get back to the throttle mid-corner. Closes in significantly on both of these two, but now they're running side by side. It's going to be a little bit difficult to make this pass, or is it? He is to the outside of Corey Deal, down turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Jimenez tries to slide up, sees the 1 there. Blaze going to try again, looking still to the outside for the lead down into turn number 1. He's got the 2nd spot taken care of. He's got 1 more to go. Off turn 2, Drew Blaze back to the point. Well, Drew Blaze, he's going to check out here. The battle's going to be between 2nd and 3rd. Corey Deal, Juan Jimenez, but now Justin Johnson, he's going to be a part of this as well. Chris Goins up in the mix. Mike Fahey looking for the 5th spot. He's got Juan Jimenez topside. Again, as I said, there's 3, maybe even 4 different tire strategies that guys are on right now. So this will be really fun to watch as we close in on the latter stages of this race. Who pits when? Do we get any more cautions? Is this all going to be green flag? We'll see. Gotta say, I'm really impressed. Jason Blaney restarted 15th just a few laps ago. He's already up to P5. Dominant car here this afternoon. Has not spent a whole lot of time with anybody in front of him. Certainly not wanting to do that very often as he continues to run in that 5th spot. Trying to work on Mike Fahey for 4th. It won't take him long. And fresher tires underneath the 24 and a 25 machine. Again, 25 in the tower, 24 on the door. Corey Deal continues to drop back. Remember, those guys that were up in the top 3 at the restart on older tires. Pit last about lap 47. Fahey across the nose of Blaney. Blaney now P4. Definitely has some pace. He's going to have to find a good run here to make his way around the 19. Going to try and build it out of turn number 2. Look for a move down into 3. We'll see if he's got enough pace down the backstretch. Takes a look to the inside. Fahey drops it down, closes the door, but slides back up the racetrack. Blaney's going to get back in the throttle. Fahey up the racetrack, almost in the fence. Blaney now to P3. Now the top 3. Blaze, Johnson, Blaney. Then it's Mike Fahey and Chris Goins, the top 5. Corey Deal has continued to fall through the field. He's 6th. Juan Jimenez is kind of the same story. He's back to 8th. As Chris Goins looks to the inside on Mike Fahey. From what it looks like, a lot of these guys are struggling to put the power down mid-corner. Everybody's getting tight in the center. Nose starts to slide up the racetrack. Everybody has to lift. Otherwise, they're going to get into the guy to the outside or ultimately that safer barrier. 80 laps in of 125. Getting close to that final fuel window if they go green all the way to the end. I know Drew Blaze went 45 laps total. Now that did include 1 caution period, so that's going to certainly extend that distance out. Say a lap under caution is like 2 under green, vice versa. Drew Blaze comfortably out in front, 1.3 seconds back to the 25 of Blaney. Did not take a lot of time to go around Justin Johnson. Again, Blaney did pit on the last caution. He's got the freshest tires for the most part. There's a handful of guys that opted to pit that are still on the lead lap. Michael Doan, Chris Muth pit as well, Sean Roberts, Jarrett Woodard. That's really about it. The only drivers that opted for tires on that lap 68 opportunity. See how quickly Blaney can chop into the lead of Drew Blaze. Blaze, his tires are older, but not by a lot. We're talking his pit stop was lap 60, Blaney's was 68. It'll factor in at some point. Blaney was certainly fast when him and Blaze were on equal footing with a little bit of a tire advantage. He's still going to be quick. Top 4 really spread out here. Corey Deal hanging out of the 5th position. He's a ways back as well. He's got Kevin Blue closing in. Great recovery for Kevin Blue so far. Remember, he was involved in that lap 1 crash. Burned the faster pair and put his nose to the grindstone here. Still fighting, still battling. Still solid in the top 5. I will say that Corey Deal is most impressive so far. 17 spots up from where he started today. Drew Blaze all of a sudden has company. Jason Blaney. Almost said Jason Bourne. Not even a full car length off the back bumper. He's there. Makes the move to the inside. Drew Blaze goes up top. Won't be long. I think Blaney's going to have P1 the next time by. Down the backstretch. Still not quite clear. Drew Blaze up top. Blaney on the bottom. Blaney drives it way deep in the corner, keeps it stuck to the low side. He's got Drew Blaze clear out of 4. New leader, lap 87. Yeah, we talked about pit strategy and fuel and things like that. They do need to make one more stop, and I believe They are very close to being able to make it to the end on one more stop. I don't know if you'll see anybody short pit it and come early. I think you might see some of these guys run it as long as they can, especially those that have pit most recently and they've got some fresh tires they want to take advantage of. Most drivers still have a set over the wall. There's only a handful of guys that I've seen make 3 pit stops, but again, didn't necessarily take tires every time in. It could have been early on, could have been a result of that first lap crash, guys coming down to get that fast repair taken care of. Two of the NTG cars, Juan Jimenez and Chris Muth. Muth goes to the high side, drove it in deep. I don't know if he slid up the track or decided to drive it up the track. Either way, it was close quarters, almost got into the back bumper of the two. Juan Jimenez is peeling off the track here. He is going to take the opportunity to pit. Muth goes by Mike Fahey on the outside. Jimenez is still in the pit box here. Right side's in the air. Crew goes around to the left. Does he take 4? He does. Got to get that thing packed full of fuel, so you got time to do it. It's down and away. Likely the final stop of the day unless we get another caution. Jarrett Woodard, the number 79 machine. The Fiji watercolors. Ken Couch just ahead in the familiar 08 machine, but the Budweiser paint scheme on it. Now Mike Fahey down the pit lane and completed his service. Looks like it might have just been fuel only for Mike. It was 7 seconds in the pit box. Don't know if maybe he did have all of his tires used up already. I'm kind of surprised to see that unless he forgot to uncheck them, or maybe he's just gambling here, hoping we get another caution late. Trying to save a set. Take advantage of that. If their caution were to come out, man, you see how bumpy the racetrack is. That car just caught air. Slides up the track in front of Kevin Blue. Blue goes to the inside. He's going to take the spot away from Fahey. Kevin pit at lap 91 as well, 14.9 seconds, so that's going to indicate 4 tires in fuel for Kevin Blue. Makes short work of Mike Fahey. Fahey stopped 7 seconds, so certainly picked up some track position, but he's going to need a caution sooner than later if he's going to make this one pay off. Corey Deal in the pits, locks him up on entry. Hopefully he's taking tires. That's not good for him. Corey Deal very smoothly into the pit box. Down and away, 14.53 seconds. Good stop. Jason Blaney, Drew Blaze, the leaders in lap 97, likely the final time of the day. And this will all be yellow or no yellow depending. Oh, Drew Blaze slides through the box. He had a car that was inside. Couldn't see his entry the way he wanted to. Goes a little bit deep through the box. Has to back it up. Blaney's down and away. Drew Blaze is now down and away. 16.73 seconds for Drew Blaze. Very rare mistake out of the driver of the one. Meanwhile, that's going to put Chris Goins out in command of this field. 3.5 second advantage over the 05 of PJ Cox. Goins' last stop, lap 60. Would expect to see the 28 down pit lane here soon. Might be kind of crossing his fingers for a caution, we'll see, because that would put, well, give him an opportunity to pit under yellow flag conditions with 8 cars on the lead lap, himself being one of them. Goins stays out another lap. And here he comes, down pit lane. Couldn't wait any longer. Chris Goins gives up the top spot to PJ Cox. Sean Roberts, Ken Couch, Jarrett Woodard all in the pit lane as well. Chris Goins, 15.2 seconds in the pits. Chris Muth now down pit lane as well. This is going to cycle, I think, everybody else. I think this was the last set of guys that needed to pit. Dan Storm pit lap 58, but he's not a lead lap driver. Might be no. Muth down and away, clean stop, 15.23. PJ Cox and Michael Doan, the only 2 drivers left to make their final stops. Currently 6 cars on the lead lap, about to be 7. Drew Blaze goes on by, gets his lap back the hard way. As Cox comes down into the pit lane here, make his stop of the day, final time. PJ slides through the box. That's going to cost him a ton of time. Meanwhile, Michael Doan, your new leader, the 007 out in front. Let's see if he hits pit lane this time with 22 laps to go. Definitely slows up considerably. Stays on the racetrack. So this cycle's now 11 cars on the lead lap. Mike Fahey, the first car, 1 lap down. Verdone pit last at lap 68. Here he comes. Last driver to pit, almost gets run over. So that's going to cycle Jason Blaney back to the lead with 20 laps to go. Pit cycle completed. We're going to go HBR TV side by side once again and then take you home to the checkered flag. Stay with us.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, race number 1, season number 2, Lonestar Racing Cup Series. 15 laps to go. Jason Blaney in a familiar position out front once again, trying to lock this one down. He's completed his final stops of the day, as have everyone else. Top 10 currently, it's Blaney, Corey Deal, Kevin Blue, Juan Jimenez, Drew Blaze in 5th. Then it's Chris Goins, Justin Johnson, Sean Roberts. Then you've got the 22 of Nick Kolakowski. Chris Muth, Will Hewitt now battling for the 10th spot. And that is happening, I think, right in front of our leaders. No, not quite. BJ Cox completes the pass on Will Hewitt. That was now for the 11th spot. And PJ's pit stop lap 103. Will Hewitt was lap 83. Blaney with a 2-second advantage, roughly, over the 9 of Corey Deal. 5 seconds over Kevin Blue and 5.5 to Drew Blaze. Currently the battle right now, it's between Juan Jimenez in that NTG number 2 and Drew Blaze, the Garza Law Firm entry. One of many. Drew starting to pull it out a little bit on the 2. Jimenez unable to do anything with it. Was right there for a moment, but now he's got Kevin Blue to the back bumper. 10 laps to go from Charlotte. Ooh, Kevin Blue slides up the track, almost gets into the 19. Contact avoided. Chris Klein, the 51, he is part of this battle, but not in the standings. He's not a lead lap car. Kevin Blue up into the 5th spot. Now Chris Goins, P6. Goins in the throttle, able to get a good drive out of the corner. I wonder if he checked up or not. He's looking to the inside down the backstretch. Goins takes over the 5th spot, move Kevin Blue now to 6th. Goins is strong, though. He's really stretching out that advantage over the 54. That's all tires. Chris Goins lap 100, Kevin Blue lap 91. I know it's only 9 laps, but it makes a difference. Right now, Goins, freshest rubber on the racetrack, at least within the top 5. Blaney Pitt 96, Corey Deal 95, Drew Blaze 96, Juan Jimenez lap 90. Just don't think Chris is going to have enough time to make up the 7 seconds it's going to take to get him towards the front. He's going to have to run a second a lap faster than the leaders. Right now, he's only about a 1/10 of a lap faster than Jason Blaney. Might be able to pick off Juan Jimenez, though, depending on how quickly he can catch him. He's right there, a couple car lengths behind the 2. Chris Goins is there, car length off the back bumper of Juan Jimenez, down the back straightaway, maybe 2 car lengths. 5 laps to go from Charlotte. Blaney still with a 2.2 second advantage over the 9 of Corey Deal. Goins is seemingly stalled out a little bit. Still 2 car lengths off the 2's back bumper as he works on a turn 4. Might have used up his stuff, got those tires hot. Again, the difference between these two, not a ton of laps. It is 10. But the further you go on into that run, the less it matters. Drew Blaze still in that 3rd position, still a ways to go if he's going to catch Corey Deal. I think his only saving grace now would be a caution flag. If we were to get it, would certainly change things up significantly. But as it stands, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Everybody running a pretty clean race here this afternoon. Meanwhile, out front, Blaney still in command, a full 2 seconds plus over Corey Deal. Might be saving a little bit for the end just in case, but the white flag is waving at the stripe. 1 lap to go for Jason Blaney. Blaney started the day in the third spot. Very quickly took over the lead. He's led the most laps, and he's loose out of the corner, or is he? Trying to give the broadcast a little bit of excitement, but down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Jason Blaney looking for a checkered flag and to win race number 1 at Charlotte, the Lonestar Racing Cup Series. Jason Blaney is your winner. Corey Deal brings it home P2. Drew Blaze 3rd. Juan Jimenez 4th. Chris Goins P5. Jason Blaney with Fueled Up Motorsports. Burning it down here on the front straightaway. Think the tires are hot now? Top 3 lining up for a photo here on the start-finish line. We're going to jump out and get our final break out of the way and hopefully get our top 3 in the booth after this. Stay with us.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Race number 1 of the Lonestar Racing Cup Series is in the books. Jason Blaney, your race winner. We're going to pull him up into the booth and get a word. The driver of the 24/25. Jason, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got us?
Hey, how's it going, Steve?
It's going good, sir. Congratulations on the victory. Started P3 today. Worked your way to the front awfully quickly and pretty dominant throughout most of the race, but then you go to that final restart. Started 14th, I think it was. Worked your way all the way back up to the front and set sail and never looked back, man. Tell us about your race.
I was invited to this league to spot fill my buddy Bill Martin, and I'm obviously first off thankful for that opportunity. Charlotte's the first track that I really got down with these next gen cars, man. I kind of understood that you don't really arc. You kind of got to ride that blue line on the low side. I didn't get too much practice in the practice session, so I think I was running like 11th or 12th. Once I qualified, put me up front. I'm like, okay, I got it down a little bit. Might put me in a good position, and I don't know. I kind of figured, hey. Fuel's not really a situation. You're gonna have 2 stops regardless. Tires really what it's gonna come down to. So playing around with that's really what got me. I was like, all right, if I lead, I'll get the clean air, make it a little bit harder to make the pass earlier on. Ended up getting, I think, 2nd place right before that first green flag pit stop. I felt like I pushed a little bit too hard trying to stay up front when I saw that. But I kind of, with knowing that, I kind of knew what I had to do for more longevity throughout the race. And I saw Drew come down, I think it was the 2nd to last caution, and I saw he took tires, and I was like, well, he's going to run long. And my tires are already 10 laps old, so caution with me in the lead ended up coming out like probably 2 to 4 laps after that, and I was like, yeah, this is my opportunity. Either I've kind of made the bet I sat, I'm going to sleep in, or come down now and grab tires, and I guess, just strategy worked out, man. I tried to keep the car under me and not push it too hard to the point where I floated up, and I guess this is where I'm at, you know what I mean?
Well, it's one thing I've noticed about the good race drivers. They've got a really good memory, and you had a lot stored up in the memory banks throughout the course of this race. If I win a race, I'm lucky if I can tell you about the last 5 laps. So certainly good job. Tell us about all the details of tonight's festivities. Congratulations, of course, on the win tonight.
I appreciate it.
I know you're filling in for Bill. Are you going to do this all season? Is this just a temporary thing, or what's the plan here?
I don't know, man. It depends on when his recovery time is and how long it's going to be, and depends on, maybe too far in the season to the point where he tells me, hey, you're sitting good in points, keep doing it and put on a show for me. Or it could be he could be back in 3 weeks. I don't know. I'm kind of just going with the flow and going to be as competitive as I can with the time that I'm here, man.
Well, certainly very competitive. You got the race win out of the way early. I think you got to run this whole season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start for sure. It's looking up.
Well, good start for sure. Next week it's Las Vegas. You gonna go out and gamble there too?
Yeah, man. The track schedule's looking pretty favorable on my side, but obviously just whatever I did here the right way, do it again and see if it's the same outcome type of thing. But I know you can't win all of them, but I'm sure as heck gonna put my best effort in to try and get as many checkered flags as I can.
Well, Jason, nicely done. We're gonna let you go here. Who do you want to shout out to?
Everyone at my team, Fueled Up Motorsports, they do a great job with team support development on the race car. John Tiller, he was my spotter tonight, did everything I needed to do to just focus on the race car and kind of have that fuel strategy taking care of me without having to think and drive at the same time. So big shout out to him. Nate Line, my partner in crime, definitely helps me with the moral support. A new HD that's on the race car tonight. I really have to give him a big shout out for sponsoring me. ABN, Clark Heating and Cooling, Swift Home Buyers, W Energy, Admin Box, all of our partners that allow us to be able to race and have a good time and take care of the financial side of this expensive sim.
Jason, good interview, man. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
Appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for having me in here.
It's Jason Blaney, your race winner. That boy's got some media training, I think. If not, he doesn't need it. Next, we're going to go to Corey Deal, our 2nd place finisher. Pull Corey up into the booth. Corey, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got us?
Hello, how's it going, brother?
Going well, sir. Congratulations on a P2 finish tonight, man. You are a big-time mover. I think you started 22nd tonight, bringing home this thing here in P2. Tell us about your night and how you cut your way through the field.
Well, I'll first tell you, I'll tell you about my night. So before I even took the green flag, I decided to get wheel damage taken off because I spun the tires and hit the wall and got wheel damage.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, little embarrassing.
That's all right.
Little embarrassing. Then the worst part is I got into that. I was in that wreck at the beginning, and decided to take a right side set of tires. So I was down a set of tires. So I I think later on in the race, it kind of showed what everybody pit on that one caution, and I just stayed out, and that's how I got up to the front. I love saving tires. I love just riding around, letting everybody else blow their stuff off, you know, and just hanging out and then prevailing at the end. I mean, I don't think I had anything for Jason because I think I drove super hard to get caught back up to him and had to pass more people than he did. But I mean, all in all, it was a rough race at the beginning, but you know, to come back in P2 at the very end makes me feel good, I guess you could say.
Certainly a great start to the season. Next week, we're going to go out to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Obviously, another 1.5 mile style track, somewhat similar to this. What are your thoughts rolling out there?
Another track that I love. It's short, it's fast. It can get super hairy off the corners whenever your tires start to go, especially just like Charlotte. I mean, you kind of race it the same. You just gotta know when to make your moves, not spin your tires and hit the wall at the beginning of the race and get behind. And I mean, I really don't know. I mean, it was a very fun race, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Pretty good chance we're going to see some familiar faces up in that top 5 next week at Las Vegas. Corey, again, congratulations on P2 here tonight. We're going to let you go. Who do you want to shout out to?
Shout out to my wife for letting me do this, and my baby that I'm currently holding, trying to feed. Shout out to Lonestar for putting us on, you for doing the broadcast. And, you know, I don't have any sponsors on my car. You know, if anybody wants to, you know, help a brother out, I mean, it's nothing. I just love putting people's names in my car. I paint my own. I didn't know how good this car was going to turn out, but it looked pretty good. But, you know, shout out to everybody watching. You know, I'm here for the fans. You know, I'm here to put on a show for the fans. You know, I'm a fun guy. I'm here to have fun. Just send it, brother.
Hell yeah, man. Congratulations. Good luck next week, and thanks for talking to us, Corey.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's Corey Deal, your second place finisher here at Charlotte. Next, we're going to go to Drew Blaze. It was fast all night long, but just not quite enough to get up there and fight these boys for that top spot. Finishes P3. Drew, it's Steve in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Drew, congratulations on a third place finish here at Charlotte tonight. Qualified fourth and didn't get too far out towards the front. You did lead some laps, but not really close enough to put on the battle to these guys late in the running. Was there anything you could have done differently to kind of challenge these guys later on?
I mean, I felt like I was right there with Jason until the last pit stop there, and somebody was coming out of their box and kind of helped me up a bit. I didn't want to, you know, have any contact, so I just let him go, and I think that hurt me a lot.
We did see, I think you were getting into the box. You did slide through the box. I think you had someone to your left side. Was there a bit of a visual issue? You couldn't see the box because of that car to your left side?
Yeah, and I know how contact goes on outside of the boxes, so I didn't have any incidents like that happen, so I just let him go a little bit, and then I ended up almost missing my box, so I did a little. Yeah, that hurt me quite a bit, so it's, I don't know. I think if I would have been able to nail that pit stop, I would have been right there with Jason, but I don't know if I would have had anything for him.
Well, it certainly cost you. It was about 1.5 seconds, maybe a little bit more that you lost on the stop itself, under green no less, so it's certainly a killer as far as track position goes, but you still battled back, finished in P3. A good run tonight either way. What are your thoughts going into Las Vegas Motor Speedway next week? A little more of the same or a little better?
A little more of the same, just trying to manage the tires a little more. I was burning them up quite a bit, I was noticing, so kind of go back to the drawing board and see how I can take care of the tires a little bit more and discipline myself.
So last season you brought home the LSR Truck Series Championship. We switched over to the Next Gen Cup car, and we've got some new faces, new names, some fast guys in here to challenge you. How do you feel about this season?
I feel good. We had a very good showing here tonight. I think we only had 3 cautions, so you know, we were battling all night too. You know, good driving, good drivers. You know, I can't complain for anything. Can't complain about anything that went on in that race. I didn't see anybody, you know, too much blocking or aggressive driving on. So, you know, couldn't be more happy with it.
Make matters better, you got Garza Law Firm in the top 3, so nicely done.
Yes, sir, definitely.
We're going to let you go here, Drew. Who do you want to shout out to?
They got to thank Garza Law Firm, Lonestar Racing, Mike Fahey, Justin Johnson, thank you for putting on the broadcast. Thank you for everybody out there that watched and has been supporting us in our series. Appreciate all of you.
All right, Drew, again, congratulations on P3, and thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
It's Drew Blaze, your third-place finisher here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Expect good things out of him in the next handful of races, really throughout this season. He's fast. The more and more these guys run these cars, I think the more and more Drew Blaze is going to be a threat to some of these faster guys. Certainly looking forward to it. If the rest of the season goes on like this or even improves the slightest, I'm certainly going to be very excited about all of it. Tonight was a pretty good race. As Drew said, only a few cautions with 125 laps and a car that is very difficult to get a hold of and really be fast in without causing problems. You saw guys dancing all over the place, trying not to get into the fence, trying to chase the car up the racetrack. It's going to be a fun season to watch. So if you guys missed any of this tonight, make sure you tune in and catch all of it next week for certain. Let's take a look at our race results. We talked to our top three, of course. Blaney, Deal, and Blaze. Fourth was Juan Jimenez, held off Chris Goins for that spot late. Chris Goins, of course, P5. Kevin Blue was 6th. Justin Johnson brought it home in the 7th position. Sean Roberts was 8th. 9th position went to PJ Cox. Chris Muth was fast, still finished top 10. Nick Kulikowski was 11th. Ken Couch, 12th. Jarrett Woodard was 13th. Will Hewitt, the number 33, brought it home in the 14th spot. Michael Doan, the 007, was 15th. Robert King, 16th. Chris Klein, 17th. Dave Coburn was 18th. Mike Fahey was 19th. Derek Welch, 20th. Tommy Kohick, 21st. Kevin Grettenberger was number 57, finished 22nd. Dan Storm, 23rd. Clay Atwood was 24th. Tim Dumermuth, Tim, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. I'm sure I am. was 25th. Scotty Newsom, 26th. Mark Mitchell was 27th. Terry Crouch, last but not least, involved in that first lap crash. I don't know if he wasn't able to get to the fast repair to get back out there, but unfortunately, 124 laps down of 125. Tough way to start the season for Terry Crouch. Lastly, got to thank all you guys in the stream chat for chiming in. Didn't get to all of you. I certainly do appreciate the banter up in the chat. It's a big time plus. Again, I want to remind everybody, we were internationally broadcasting tonight. Again, thanks to Haley, watching from Sweden. I'm going to say it every time because I think it's that cool. If you guys haven't already done it, we got a lot of new viewers, I'm sure, in the stream tonight. Give us a like, a follow, a share, and subscribe. YouTube.com/@symbol, the letters HBRTV, and the number 1. Again, all the streams happen here on YouTube. Also do the same over on the Facebook side. We will share the links in a couple of posts throughout the week. Nothing crazy, but it's facebook.com/HBRTV1. It's going to do it for us here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.